My game is going hog wild. If you guys are having any issues with your game, please do let me know, because I certainly am. This is strange. I'm now using a leader I did not select, and that's not good. All right. Well, let's. So it looks like we have a bug again, folks. You can see here I have Jerome selected. He is my leader, and I'm having some input problems. But as we look, that is not Jerome's units. That's not good. All right. Well, I got cut off. I do apologize. I was looking through a bunch of stuff, trying to see all the units, and then maybe jump into some firefight to mess with all that stuff. But things kind of went a little bananas. So that's less than ideal. I'm gonna try to get this all stuff figured out. I'm really sorry, guys. I really wanted to be streaming here and to get all this figured out, and I am actually to the point where I am having input issues. It's not accepting my Xbox One controller, so little unfortunate, but got some issues. So let's see if we can maybe alleviate some. Hot dang. Alright. I'm not sure if I'm just having some trouble holding the connection, or if the game is just having trouble with its servers, which would seem to make sense. If you're just joining us, I started a game of Firefight Up, and I had Jerome selected, and I started with Jerome, and I had all of the Shipmaster's units. And that's not what we want to see. That's less than ideal. So that's not working. I'm actually going to go ahead and restart my game, and hopefully have some success, and it's not actually doing anything. Oh my gosh. Yes, let us exit Halo Wars 2. That might be for the best. All right. Broadcast is still up. I am sincerely sorry about all of this, folks. But hopefully, let's see if we can get this going again. I was really hoping things would go a little bit more smoothly. I apologize that they have not thus far, but let's see what we can do about it. I apologize if you did get kicked off. This is actually my second attempt at a stream. I was streaming, and after about 12 minutes, I got cut off. So I was actually not sure how much I missed, and how much conversation happened that nobody was able to hear. So I do apologize if you were part of those. I'm actually going to go see if I can look, and I'm going to bring up the live chat that is no longer live on the other video. I can't anymore. I think Isaiah, if I'm not mistaken, brought up a really good question. He asked about the mongoose coming back and having a troop warthog instead of a standard warthog, and that's a really, really good question. My thoughts on that were that I don't really like the mongoose. I'm okay with them bringing in the jackrabbit because the mongoose never really made sense to me as a unit. That you're too exposed. It just seems kind of silly. And I know Halo 5 added a cannon to it, and it became the gun goose, and that was cool, but still not that great. I think the jackrabbit definitely has a much bigger feel of a military unit, and that makes me okay with that. So that's something that I think is better, honestly, as far as the troop warthog goes, versus like the standard warthog. We were looking at Jerome's units and his cards, and his special unit, the Mastodon, actually has an ability where it pops out and ejects all of the infantry that is inside of it. And that's really, really cool. And I think that's something that could really be done with the the Troop Warthog. That would be a great way to kind of incorporate the Troop Warthog in, because you know it's, say it can hold six units, whether those are actually units in game or whether they're part of a ODST squad or a Marine squad or something like that. I think that's a really good idea. I really do. Um, whether they do that or not, I'm not sure. We're getting kind of close to the end. I think we have one more leader from each, Banished and UNSC, before we are done with the DLCs for this game, or at least until we hit Awakening the Nightmare. Um, I am still struggling. I am incredibly sorry for all of the issues. If any of you are having issues, please do let me know. The PC version is not agreeing with me at the moment, and I really want to just go back and look at some freaking Blitz units. It is actually able to pull up the challenges and stuff now, so that's good news. And I can actually look here, and you see the top right, I keep getting disconnected and reconnected, back and forth, back and forth. I'm not sure what's up with that. So we're gonna try to time this right. So it's connecting, it's connected, and I'm gonna hit the blitz. Initialize. You initialize your brains out. I'll be here, ready and waiting. And I'm disconnected. Don't know what all that is. Can we... Let's see if we can do this standard style. Can I look at... See, I don't understand what the issue is. I'm very sorry, folks. We can do a little 1v1. Domination is fine. And let's see Mr. Jerome. Alright. Well, let's see if we can at least do this. If the servers are going to be crazy, we can at least try and mess with this. That would be really cool. So at least we could see something and take advantage of the DLC coming out, because I was really psyched for this. I've actually been off all day refreshing and waiting. And my Xbox version, there's a reason I'm not on there. It showed me a 30 gig download instead of a 10 gig download, which is questionable to me. That's strange. And then the PC version had the 10 gig download, which is great, but ended up having some issues actually getting it downloaded. Then I was having internet issues. It's been kind of a no-win day, but we got the leaders now, so we can start winning again. I'm gonna have to try this PC style because my input is not being accepted, and that is not okay.
Marines, let's do this, troops.
Let's see if we can add another Marine in there.
Marines reporting for
We'll
duty.
get
Supply pad
these Marines.
constructed.
Go ahead.
Marines ready to serve. Look
Getting
alive,
us
Marines.
this energy.
We got us a milk run, Marines. Marines under fire from enemy
Just there.
units. Do you read?
Get that upgraded. Get him over here.
Scavenge what you can. Where'd you want us, sir?
Generator constructed.
Put them out of their misery. Marines under air assault. Anyone on the way? Capture that
Alright,
point.
cool.
Supply pad upgrade complete.
Supply pad is upgraded. Generator can go in just a minute. Get a lot of this going, and I'm thinking if we can go ahead and pull Jerome in, we'll be in good shape.
You ready, jarheads?
See if we can find some other stuff throughout the map. I do not play standard deathmatch and things like that enough to know where all this crap is, which I really should.
Move out, Marines.
Grab
Got
some of
eyes
this
on
Supply
here.
pad constructed.
First kill wins a fluffy toy. Sound off, Marines.
Looks like we got a little push going. That's going to take 300 to get that going. If I can go ahead and pull Jerome in, that will be a big tide turner here for me. So I'm going to let these guys kind of do whatever.
All units.
That's all
Ground
units.
troops.
I apologize. I have
Supply pad
yet
upgrade
to
complete.
actually play on the PC with PC controls. So we're going to see a common thread. Victory mines. Unlock a drop of series of mines that inspire friendly units upon detonation. We're going to see that a lot. Jerome is all about some detonation. Or not some detonation. I'm a fool. He is all about some inspiration. For whatever reason, all of his stuff is geared towards that
Stand to, troops.
that idea of
Moving out, squad.
buffing up the team and having everybody inspired and ready to go. So that's neat, and that's something we'll actually see a lot with him. So we'll have him pumping out here in just a second. We could probably use a little bit more power. And then when we get the command center upgraded, we'll probably throw down some more supply pads, because I want to build some special units. I want to build all this stuff that,
092, reporting
only
for duty.
Jerome can do. So,
Be there soon.
Spartan
Stop them
192,
mapping, capture
Jerome.
those points. Getting
See
into
if we can
position.
actually go ahead and start doing some of this. And
Local units.
let's go
Hostile
ahead.
spotted.
We'll actually probably save
Leader
up a
point
little bit.
earned.
Whew,
Affirmative.
sorry for the crazy
Being assaulted by an enemy vehicle.
moving around. I am
Roger. All units.
not used to doing that. So we see there Jerome's special little Hydra that fires,
Final
looks like a
enemy
ton of
base is under
rounds,
attack.
and that's
Under air
really
attack.
neat. Actually, that's
Going in.
really interesting. We'll piss off these Sentinels and then pull back and let them fight him. It looks like we're
On my way.
bringing some infantry our way.
Here we go.
That Hydra looks pretty neat, actually, for Jerome. That's a pretty cool little weapon. It actually looks pretty effective as well, so I'll take that.
Nice and simple. Not so tough, are they?
I am not sure.
In combat with an enemy vehicle.
Command Mantis. Okay, well, there's that. We're gonna have to try that out.
Acknowledged. Hostiles approaching.
Pull him back
This
some.
enemy vehicle's keeping me busy. On it.
And just to keep us safe, we can go ahead and spit out some of those guys. But I will try to save up, get that next command center upgrade,
Where do you
get all
need
that
me?
stuff working, because that would be really cool. I don't remember
Upgrade
how I did
complete.
that. That's how it is. Okay. Time for heroes. Unlock to inspire all units, increasing their damage and armor, and give a bonus to speed. Takes effect when you are at 40 population or less. That's actually really good. Go ahead and do that. I
Ready for
usually
battle.
stay at a decently low population anyway, because I do prefer the stronger units, and I'm not really the rush kind of strategy guy. So
All units.
see if we can't actually move this stuff over just a little bit.
Making
It
my
looks like
approach.
his shield is back.
The enemy has captured
We'll
control
actually
tower
have to
B.
start pushing.
Vehicles on me. Over.
And he must be colony, because I see some skitterers.
Dealing with enemy vehicles. We've lost a ground squad.
Do a little run and gun here.
Will do.
Just kind of pulling back. I say we can actually see the rally inspire area here around the leader, which that is actually really cool. There's no guesswork as to where his ability begins and all that. So I think, does he have
I'm being assaulted by
his
an enemy
thing now?
vehicle.
I don't know how to do the special abilities though. I wish I did. I'm just hitting buttons now.
Eyes on me, Marines. Move. In combat with an enemy vehicle. Got eyes on enemy units.
R. Okay.
Dropping the command mantis. Command center upgrade complete. This enemy
So
vehicle.
he said he was dropping the command mantis. I've yet to actually
Roger.
see it.
On it.
Alright, I'm gonna go pull
Moving.
him back. And let's go ahead. He
We're under
can build
attack
the
from ground
Mastodon.
troops.
We'll go ahead and bring
We've
in
lost some Marines. What's the sit?
the Mastodon, I guess. See
Taking
how
our
that
power node.
goes.
How can I assist?
Okay, so let's
Requesting
try the
command
command mantis
mantis.
again.
092, ready for action.
Okay,
What's
so
our
he
mission?
can jump in.
Power node under
Okay.
enemy control.
That just became really terrifying.
Enjoy. On my way.
Now let's see
Barrage
how
constructed.
Man Mantis goes compared to his standard stuff. That is a lot of rockets going in the air. Let's
Take
attract
the
some.
fight to them in
You
style.
can see the health.
Let's see
Big
what
target,
this thing
not a
can
ton of health. Doesn't necessarily
Target
listen to
eliminated.
command. That's
On
it.
it.
Alright. And the Mastodon? I do not see the Mastodon. Where is the Mastodon? That's the Condor.
Hostiles approaching.
Well, guess let's do as an air pad. See if we can see some of this. I'm a little surprised, actually. We did not see the Mastodon in there, and I actually don't see it here either. Interesting. Warthog, Wolverine, Kodiak, and Scorpion.
Air pad constructed.
Well, I don't see anything special there either.
My Mantis'
Strange.
generator upgrade complete.
Well, let me see what else we have looking forward to here. During salvo. Oh, there's the Mastodon. Okay, that makes sense. I'm an idiot. Cool. So, we just got to get to that point.
Nightingale here.
We'll drop us a little
Repairs.
Nightingale. Get the,
Leader
get this thing
point
leaded.
earned.
And that's what we needed. Boom. And at the base, there it is. Mastodon can carry infantry, the infantry being transported to provide supporting fire equipped with light machine guns. So 4,
Nightingale here. Show me where you want.
4, 4, and 10. Okay. So 100 energy, 400 supply, and then 4 of your population. Let's see how it goes. Infantry capacity goes from 3 to 4. So we probably add a few more infantry units there just to see. I'm actually really interested because it kind of sounds a little bit like the elephant from Halo Wars 1.
Mastodon here.
But
What's cooking?
let's see.
Let's go for a drive.
And so its ability, I
Hop
think,
in,
is to
Marines.
eject. Yeah, so you can see the
Never
Command
had enough
Mantis
overkill.
and... I'll move over here so you can see it a little better. The Command Mantis
Who's up for a
and
little
the
joyride?
Mastodon both have the same special ability to actually eject the units that they have inside them. So then, let's see, we've got one icon here. There's still 2 spots open. And we'll throw 2 more in there. And that, I need 3. So I can go ahead and do. And improved Inspire. Usually I think they have 3 levels, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll probably try to throw that on there here in just a minute, just to see how that goes.
Look alive, Marines.
Okay, throw our infantry units in there, and we are fully stocked.
All units.
So let's go ahead and move everybody.
Sorry,
See how they move as a force.
Moving out.
And I'm actually kind of interested if that Command Mantis can be piloted by anyone or if it is exclusively by Jerome. Because you can actually have it ejected, so just to kind of hopefully make this game go a little longer. I'm not really interested in trying to win and do things like that. I just want to test out these units. So I'm going to go ahead and
Coming on through.
I'm going to spit my infantry out there and I'm going to have them capture.
Marines reporting
And
for
I'm going to
duty.
throw those other 2 back in. So that's actually really nice to be able to do. Just kind of spit the units out and then do that again. See how we go up against the Marauder.
The enemy is captured.
Decently sized army. I'm probably just going to let these guys sit here and just get smashed, but I kind of want to see how they hold up.
The enemy has sent vehicles after me.
So the Command Mantis is actually not taking much in the way of damage.
The drones do their work. Need supporting. Man, it's ready to go.
There goes the Mastodon. Okay, and it does end up being kind of like a last stand type of ability where it still spits everybody out when they're dead. They still end up moving outside. And the same thing with Jerome. And I don't think... Yeah, so he actually can't hijack. I thought I remember seeing that.
Going in.
He actually does not even have that capability. So that's something.
Got enemy
We'll
vehicles
check out
on me.
Improve
Over.
Inspire just to see what comes after that. And we'll go ahead and spit out a Mastodon, but then we'll hit the infantry capacity just to see what comes after that as well. The nice thing, it seems like, with the
Send in a command mantis.
with this little command mantis is that thing dies and you just call in another one because you've probably been in it for a while. So he just kind of ends up popping another one out. So that's actually really neat. So anything special as far as that stuff goes? Cancel that. I'm gonna save up.
Mastodon fueled up and good to go.
Laser barrage calls in a laser barrage with the command mantis. Increased damage and health. Increases command mantis damage and health. So that last ability, I mean, that's 1,000 energy. That's a lot, but that looks amazing. That actually looks really, really good. And let me see. We've got our infantry capacity. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that just because I want to see what comes after. Go ahead and spit out 4 of those as well. So we're gonna see this 3 go to 4, which is gonna be really neat. And other than that, we're kind of looking at the end of kind of the special stuff for him as far as standard multiplayer goes. We've got our victory turret, which we also see in Blitz as a card. Inspires nearby troops, and it's a drop turret, which are always good. Spartan morale, increased units gain and increase the speed, armor, and damage for a short time. We also have field promotion, promotes all non-promoted standard units to the area of effect, to veterancy level 1. That's cool. It's an instant upgrade. Probably not a huge concern about your resources at that point. You're usually pumping out pretty good, as you can see, like I am there. That's usually a pretty good thing to have. So just being able to pump out a veteran unit would be really nice. And then the big one that we see, Omega Team, calls in Jerome's Omega Team, 3 Spartans with unique weapons who inspire nearby troops. So kind of like I mentioned before,
All units.
we're seeing a lot of special. Oops, that's not good. That's not what I was looking for. I actually don't know how to. I don't know how to do anything on this one.
Eyes on me, Marines. You ready, jarheads?
You
Go
should
ahead and put guys in. Got 2 more of those coming. So that looks like that is the last update for the Mastodon. So that's the last thing that Mastodon can do. So that's a little upsetting. I was hoping maybe there would be a little option to increase the damage output of the Mastodon itself. It does sound like we get some light arms fire from the Marines that come out.
all units.
So that's cool, but I probably would like to see maybe a little bit more damage. And I'm probably just going to do some run and gun, just to get a couple kills here and there, just to see if I can get leader points.
You're still hurting, you're still moving.
But just use the command mantle to push forward a little bit. There's one. I'll actually do a victory turret because that sounds pretty fantastic.
092 on the move.
We're up, Leathernecks.
I'll send this guy.
Bring up the point.
Just select this.
Restoring the point.
Ross, Marine. Affirmative.
We can build bases that
That should leave
ready to
these 2
serve.
Plenty
guys.
of room at the back.
Alright. Wow.
Command mantis ready to go.
Let's see if I can't pull up the stream itself so I can check out the live chat. I'm sorry none of this has really gone according to plan, but at least we're able to see some stuff. I'm more than willing to let some of this stuff get killed and just kind of to do stuff to see what Omega Team looks like.
We've taken serious losses on the ground.
I think it's going to be about time to pop in one of the victory turrets because these things look amazing. Get them in the same area and see. It looks like he popped in one of those
We've captured Control Tower B.
special stealthy units that make me super sad. Let's see how that goes though. I want to see kind of how much this is going to bring in as far as rally boost to some things. There's a lot of stuff going on in this one little area.
Good as dead. All units.
I cannot even.
Going in.
There are so many things there. Oh my god.
We've lost a structure. Will do. Moving. Dealing with enemy vehicles. On the double. As good as there.
So I think the Marauders, yeah, the Marauders slow you down when they hit you, and there's so much damage being done just because I can't run away.
Going in. Enemy units incoming.
Let's see, so I've got that running. Most of his things I'm noticing are pretty passive abilities. You do have the Enduring Salvo, which is a damage dealing unit, or a damage dealing ability, but honestly,
Being assaulted by an
don't really expect a whole lot of damage output from it, if I'm 100% honest. So most of his stuff is going to be passive, and it's probably actually going to be kind of passive style abilities that
We've lost control tower B.
I think will benefit people who can really pump out units
The enemy's captured our power node.
or efficiently, I guess I should say, not quickly, because it looks like he has a decent amount of long game potential here, just with some of the things that he's going to be able to pull off and stack as far as the Mastodon goes, and all of the inspiration and all that stuff. Looks like there's a decent amount that he'll be able to pull off. Oh, okay, so I see what they're saying about that. I'm actually going to see these next group of Marines that are coming out. I'm going to see if I can't put them inside the Mantis, because I don't know if I can. Probably not. Probably wouldn't make sense, but yeah, definitely not.
Got it, sir.
Makes sense, though. So I misunderstood the ability. The last upgrade for Commander Jerome is when he pops down that command mantis, there's like a laser strike on the outskirts of where he called it in as well. So probably makes sense to go ahead and pull it into combat just when you need it, not necessarily before, just because you can cause a lot of damage to that area. So that's actually pretty cool.
Sound off, Marines.
Throw some Marines in the Mastodon. I'm just gonna go and try and get some kills because I want to check out Omega Team. That looks really, really neat and honestly terrifying.
Sound off.
And we'll throw some advanced logistics while we're doing that stuff.
All units.
All right.
En route.
And one other thing I actually want to check out and I want to try is if that Mantis if you can eject from the Mantis, and if he can then call in another one, just to have that Mantis sitting there ready. That would actually be really neat.
Logistics level 1 research. Under attack by an enemy
Got some of
vehicle.
those guys running. I might as well
Enemy dispatch.
throw in a couple more Nightingales just to bring them in. Keep everybody safe for a few minutes. Victory turret, it seems like it's pulling a lot of damage because people are attacking it instead of my other units, which is probably a good thing. Probably one of the really good things about the pop everybody out of that.
Getting pestered by ground troops.
Probably something that's really good about the special
All units.
turrets is that they just pull a lot of damage. They can't focus on a lot of things besides you. Because if you just let that turret go, the turret will just rip you apart. So, it'd be really nice to have.
Got enemy vehicles on me. Over.
Alright. Almost there to the leader point, which would be really good to
Dealing with
have.
enemy vehicles. Acknowledged.
Pull Jerome back a little bit, because I'll probably end up doing what I said. I want to see if his
Engaging enemy ground units.
special
Over.
leader power, or the last upgrade on that, the calling into the command mantis,
Going in.
if that's actually really effective and does a lot of damage, because it kind of seems like it should, and that would actually be really neat. Let me see, we are super, super close. I'll go
There's
ahead.
going to be a reckoning.
Pull those guys in. I think if I can get another kill, that'll be good for the leader power. And then I'll probably bounce and then check out Arbiter as well.
On the way.
I did leave the AI on Legendary because I did want to kind of see the damage dealing potential of a lot of these things. That's what I'm looking for.
Over.
Mega team, and that is a lot of resources. Holy cow. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and pull these guys back, and I'll just sit and kind of wait a minute. because I need, what, 2,000 apiece?
You're lucky I
All
was
right,
around.
need 2,000 apiece. That's pretty steep, but it sounds like it's worth it if it's 3 Spartans and all that. I'll tell you what, I'm probably actually just gonna throw the guys into combat when I'm close, and go ahead and call the. That's not the right button. Is this F? Yeah, there we go. And go ahead and throw the guys into combat, and then bring in the Omega team. Should be plenty of time for that. So we'll see how that goes. Just give it a little bit of time. And then hopefully, maybe the servers will be up and running. And I'm trying to check if I can get back in there and check the live chat. I usually try and keep an eye on the chat. But I think this may be a combination of the servers for 343 having trouble and then my internet having trouble as well.
On the move.
I don't know that I've ever actually streamed with you folks before personally.
On it.
I have done some streaming with Doc, but that was kind of something different altogether because I had him
I didn't see any.
having all the strain on his stuff. So let's see. Almost there. Alright. Mega team. They come in with a laser?
All units.
That's really awesome. So we have the 3 different Spartans. I do not remember their names. But we have one person with a railgun, one person with a sword, and then one person with like a turret. So they're actually really cool. The concept art that I saw for them was amazing. It was actually on Doc's
Yes, sir, we're losing.
thumbnail. Oh, that's how you scroll through those. I don't know how to zoom in. I'm actually not sure. So we see here the plasma repeater going, and then we see here the sword running around, hacking away at stuff, and then we have the railgun. So it's actually really neat, and all 3 of them have the Inspire ability as well, just like Jerome does. So neat. I'm actually not mad at Jerome. I may actually try and play a game for actually doing some stuff. But I do want to take a look at Arbiter's stuff, see some of his units. I would love to do some Blitz actually right now. So hopefully, let's see if I am still having trouble connecting. That's the wrong one. Initialize away, friend. Initialize away. Okay, so I was able to see. Yay! Alright, so I was able to pull that up, and I'm actually in Blitz. I'm still having some input issues. That's not even the right reticle for this area. So, catch up here a little bit. Rookie Powell says, do you think they let us use the Pelican, another one from Halo 3? So another unit from Halo 3, the standard Pelican. That would be really cool, actually. Instead of kind of just something that's swooping in and doing like close air support like we saw from Captain Cutter, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then Evandro says, what is the ultimate leader skill? And then we also saw show Omega Team, please. Yeah, that's going to be the one that I think most people are going to stick with, is Omega Team. It was really cool, and I'm not super big on standard multiplayer, but it is what it is. It's super fun, and I think that's going to be a really popular thing. They should upgrade the Warthog to a rocket Warthog from Halo Reach. That we can agree on. The Gauss Warthog in this, I feel like, should be better. They should probably spend a little bit more time maybe increasing the damage on it, because it looks really nice. Or it should be really nice. That's a huge damage dealing kind of thing in most games. It's kind of that Gauss cannon style, which is essentially, think about it like a railgun, gigantic railgun. So when you think about it that way, you're like, yeah, that should do a ton of damage. Holy cow. Alright, so let's try this again. Last time I tried this, things went crazy. Let's try Arbiter, and it looks like we get his special, his leader, for his starting army, which is kind of silly. But we'll see how it goes. I may have to continue to use the PC controls. I'm sorry, I'm probably a little bit wonky with them. I jump around everywhere and do crazy stuff. Not really a PC guy, if I'm honest, but I'd rather do the PC than to not bring you anything at all. And even though this has kind of been a little silly, so last time I actually tried this, it had me selected as the correct leader, but it brought the wrong one into battle. So let's see how this goes.
Victory awaits us.
Inbound blitz firefight.
Okay, well, it looks like the right leader.
Game starts in
Let's see if I'm
3,
worth a crap for the PC.
2, 1. Game start.
So let's see. I can... Okay, so that's how you call that stuff.
All units.
Let's go ahead and capture B. Arbiter does not look super fast, like we saw with the Elite Honor Guard, I think, for the Shipmaster. He was a little bit faster, but that's pretty cool. So I'm going to throw him over here just to connect that. And if you guys weren't around for the very beginning when we opened all the cards and stuff, the Arbiter special ability lets him hit air units. He actually is not able to hit air units otherwise, I don't think, at least from the phrasing of it, it didn't seem like he would be able to. That is some damage. Holy crap. That was crazy.
This will not take long.
I know this is easy difficulty, but good gracious.
Forward to battle.
Send him over there and get some of that energy. That would help. So he's not as fast, but boy does he look strong.
Great, under fire from enemy troops.
Zone A lost.
Alright. Don't want you attacking my guy.
For the glory of combat.
Neat. We'll go ahead and throw... Let's check out Elite Enforcers. I want to throw a blister back up on that ridge, but I would much rather check out some of the new stuff, I think.
Wade start.
So we can look at Conduit of Rage here. Boost targets damage, healing, and speed. Playing other powers increases this speed's buff duration. Okay, so that's actually kind of neat. Can I cancel that? I can. So that's actually really interesting. So playing multiple buffs at the same time makes that a little bit crazier. And it looks like I was not even paying attention to those. Oh, I think those elites had a shield. Let's bring everybody over here. Leave the elites to get the energy.
Moving up.
We need to go ahead and cap C.
Moving to position.
I think Mr. Arbiter is all we're gonna need for that if I'm honest.
Cannot see the sense.
Good grief. That is some damage output, man. That's bananas. Oh, we haven't capped that stuff yet. Why have we not capped it? Need the energy. Gotta have the energy if we want to call this stuff in.
I obey.
Alright. So we'll call that in. And a blister bag.
As commanded.
So the Arbiter is doing some good work. He seems kind of terrifying, honestly. He is not bad. Let's see the Prowling Grunts. That's super, super cool. I love that there are cloaked grunts. That's so cool. What else we have? Plasma Bolt. Blast target area for light but quick damage. That's a good idea. What I think I'll probably do is maybe see if I can hit Conduit of Rage into a Plasma Bolt. If I can get the energy kind of built up here a little, because I want to see the continuation of this. And I did not set him down. I am a silly head. Okay, come here. There we go. Dig it.
Range under fire from enemy vehicles. I love this thing.
And what I may do is I may go ahead and just leave the leave the Arbiter back
Moving
here,
out.
just so I'm not constantly running back to hit stuff. 'Cause it looks like
Elite enforcers
we got a
reporting.
decent little
Enemies are near.
Zone C
army
contested.
able to hold.
Zone C captured.
So, Rookie Pal says, what about the Falcon from Halo Reach to replace the Hornet? The Falcon would be awesome. It's basically, they do have the
Wave
Trooper
start.
Hornet in this game, which is very, very similar. That's the only downside, is it's really similar to what we already have. Doesn't mean I don't want it though. Okay, so there is Rage. Oh, I got pulled in by Decimus. There was Rage, and then we'll be able to go ahead and bring in Plasma Bolt if they attack, which they did not. All right.
And show me anti-grav pests.
I actually want to see the Phantom too. Let's see the Phantom. Decent size, and we'll go ahead and hit Plasma Bolt here. They weren't lying. That's light damage. That's not a ton of damage.
I am beset by ground forces. All units.
At least they were not lying to us. I want to keep an eye on this Phantom. Looks like it's kind of doing blink damage, just like a little bit here and there.
Zone B contested.
I'm under assault from enemy troops.
All units.
Yeah, it does not look like that does a ton of damage, but it has an ability, does it not? Oh, it can garrison. Okay, so that's going to kind of be the mastodon of the Arbiter's units. So that's cool. I actually did not realize that's what that was.
Back in the air.
So that is cool. I'll send this guy back over here. Decimus is so incredibly frustrating. I am really glad that his
Very well.
his little leader there is actually not in the standard game, because he is incredibly infuriating to fight against, because he just pulls your guys into like a gigantic wave of enemies, and then you just get screwed up really bad, and it makes me sad. Alright, what else do we have? Stasis. Trap all units in a temporary impenetrable prison. Trapped units cannot capture
Zone
zones.
C contested.
I am engaging enemy local units.
Let's move up and kill those guys, huh? Yeah, that's better.
Out of my
And let's go
way.
ahead and get energy. I'll probably go ahead and see if I can pull up stasis here on this next one. Just because I want to see it.
Range under fire from enemy troops.
Probably work out.
Do they have others?
Wave start.
Sick. Alright.
Rolling out.
So I've got stasis about ready to pop. So that will be
Their
nice.
infantry is trying their luck. I see you.
That's really neat. It literally is like they're in complete stasis. That's really cool.
B contested.
Go ahead and bring Arbiter over. That is actually incredibly surprising to me that you get the hero for his starting army. That could potentially be incredibly overpowered,
I'm under fire from the enemy infantry.
Getting into position.
because it seems like, I mean, he's not super fast. Like I mentioned it before, like he's not as fast as like the elite honor guard for the shipmaster, but he's fast enough.
A wise
And
tactic.
if he has the ability to hit air units as well with his ability, which I
For
actually
the
need to pop.
glory
The
of
enemy passed me with vehicles.
I get caught in this quasi moment, or this quasi area. This is actually perfect to do it. Okay, so there's the ability that gave us all nightmares from Halo Wars 1, where he gets super fast, goes bananas, and can actually now jump up and attack air units.
now they strike us from the air. Moving.
And it looks like, no, that ability is still running.
We have brought down their structure. Your tactics make little sense to me. They attack from the
Oh,
air.
it looks like it's running. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say.
Into the fray.
And now he's back to normal. Okay, well
They sent
All
it.
units.
that's actually really cool. I'm quite okay with that. Mass cloaking is super
The enemy has
expensive.
destroyed our vehicle.
don't really have interest in doing that, but I'm gonna have to. Gonna have to just to see it, just to show it.
Being engaged by air units.
All right. So cloaked, cloaked, and cloaked. Let's get these guys in here and do some damage while they're cloaked. It's actually really cool. I just don't know that I'm going to be willing to consistently spend 200 energy to
My
do
craft
it.
is yours to command.
Because that's almost another Arbiter. I would probably rather have the other Arbiter. We can see how long this lasts, because I'm actually not sure how long it will.
Phantom reporting for duty. I'm on the way.
That actually was a long time. I'm not upset with that. That was pretty cool. So I'm gonna see. I don't know that I have anything yet. I think I've used everything.
Zone C lost.
Might as well go ahead and
Wave start.
pop prowling grunts, but
Phantom being engaged by infantry.
I think that's it. I guess we could see a little better, maybe Conduit of Rage on our armor here.
Beware.
Ooh, that's the wrong button. Sorry guys, PC's still biting me. So the Phantoms don't, I mean, they honestly, they're going to be a lot better, obviously, with infantry. I don't have a ton to use. I just have those 2 units that I wanted to see outside of the combat, or outside of the Wraith Phantom. God, I'm an idiot. Outside of the Phantom, but
Game over.
I could see their viability just because they have a pretty good health pool. That's not bad. I was not real wild about them at first when I first checked them, just because the damage output's not great, but it's a garrison. It's just a moving garrison. So that seems to be kind of a big focus for Jerome and for Arbiter. So that's kind of neat. I am going to try and sort through all this stuff and figure out all of my issues with my internet and this game and all of that stuff. So if we want to, we can check one more time. We'll just go over the cards for the leaders. For Arbiter, we do have the Elite Enforcers. Seem to kind of be basically a buffed up version of the standard Elites. We have Prowling Grunts, Ford Energy, Bananas. Super, super good. Cloaked, and you can't beat Cloaked Grunts. That's scary. Conduit of Rage boosts target's damage, healing, and speed. Playing other powers increases this buff's duration. Plasma Bolt blasts an area for light but quick damage. They do mean light. It was not very great. And then you have the Phantom, which is the mobile garrison. Very similar to the Mastodon that we'll check out for Jerome here in just 1 minute. Stasis traps all units in a temporary impenetrable prison. Trapped units cannot capture zones, which is probably the best thing. And it's cool. They've got that little aura around them and they're completely frozen. And mass cloaking. It's expensive. Super expensive. Temporarily siphon and cloaked all allied units. The siphon actually probably puts that over the top and makes that worth it. Because mass cloaking is really good, but it's 200 energy. Super expensive. But that siphon probably puts it over the top. Arbiter, I was actually extremely impressed with. He was really, really cool. His rage ability, allowing him to attack air units, was really key. And I actually was not able to make a blitz deck with all of the items for Jerome, and they're up there now. Cool, sweet. So we can actually do that. We'll throw in Spartan Morale, the Mastodon. I want to get all of his units in, or all of his cards in, even if I'm not going to end up using them. Just give him a quick chat. And let's see, Mega Team and Jerome. So I may jump in. This is the other thing that's really interesting. What is this? It's a question mark. I don't know. Maybe that's one of the people from Omega? I don't know. So I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go over the units, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and throw them in on Firefight just to see what they are. So let's save and exit. And then... And then... and then... Good grief, game. Try it again. See, this is what makes me question if there's some issues running right now. And it also could probably be with my version, with my PC, I guess, but that would be a little confusing to me. I'll try one more time to save this. I just don't know why I wouldn't be able to save the actual deck. That doesn't make any sense. This has been frustrating. As per usual, the updates are extremely... Why? Is it just not saved? Is that why there's the question mark? Or the tingy? This is close enough. Whatever. I'll probably just use those if I can still get in the game. As per usual, the launches are not seemingly 343's forte. And I mean, honestly, it's kind of hard to fault them if it's something like this. If it's issues of the servers being flooded, that's actually a great problem to have because that means people are wanting to play the game. I'm actually just completely guessing if that is the issue, but network error. All right, guys. Well, Doc and I may have to do this in just a few. I think we're going to try to get together and do a little bit of recording tonight, if not some additional streaming. Hopefully that will go a little bit more smoothly, because he's a lot smarter than me, and I think his internet is better than mine. So if I can't get in here, I will go ahead and call it right here, just because I don't want to drag it out if I don't have things to show you guys. Really, really frustrating. All right, guys. Well, I will probably see if Doc and I can't get together and we can get to showing you stuff that's maybe a little bit more effective and a little bit more beneficial. So I am Slothalopoulos with the Average Gamer, guys. I thank you for sticking it out with me, and actually we hit 400 subscribers during the live stream, which is actually amazing. Thank you guys so